Hey, everybody. Welcome to this informative session that I'm going to talk to you all about today. I'm going to wait a few minutes before I just dive right into this topic because it is something that I think we all are going to benefit from, regardless of your age. We all know someone that is elderly. At the age of 71, which is what I am, I'm very much deeply concerned as to how what is unfolding is going to impact me, my children, my grandchildren, and my great grandchildren that I probably will never get to see. So come on in, and as you come in, please give me a thumbs up so that the algorithm can let other people know that we have this informative topic that we're going to talk about today. And let me know who's here and where you're from, and I'm going to greet you with a whole heart. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Empowered Living. I'm Dr. Priscilla, and today's topic is one that is going to have a huge impact on so many Americans, people who actually live here in the United States. If you have a mom, a dad, stepmom, stepdad, half brother, half sister, siblings, everything that is going on right now is going to have a direct impact on you. So what do I mean by that? With everything that is going on in less than 2 weeks of the new president being installed, we have seen dramatic changes that are impacting our lives, impacting my life. Not necessarily in a dramatic way for me, but even going to the grocery store as early as 4 days ago, eggs that were usually $1.88 are now $4.98, almost $5 for 12 eggs. That is incredible. Someone may say that there's the bird flu. No, even during COVID times, eggs or anything else, yes, things went up tremendously, but it didn't just go up immediately. We had time to prepare. This situation that is going on now is escalating. And I just want to put this out there because it's just on my mind that this man has pleaded for help. His wife has been deported. He's still here in the US, but his wife has already been deported. And if you know anything about fruits, vegetables, things that grow outside, or even work that is done outside, there's not a tremendous amount of people, Americans, who are really trying to get out there and do that type of work. Hello, early bird. Thank you so much for coming. And thank you so much for participating in my restreams as they were in the past. I'm currently working on OBS, and I'll be streaming from OBS once I figure out how to do it correctly. But until I figure it out correctly, I'm still going to continue uploading what I have, and then I'll learn exactly how to add the sound to it. I have an idea, but it's not the perfect way, but it is one way. But on with this thing about senior citizens. Of course, many of you may know that I am 71 years of age now, and the way that the elderly people are going to be treated going forward is not going to be the most favorable. I personally do not believe that it is going to continue as it is going in the past few days, if it's going to be going this dramatic. But just like TikTok was put out, this ban retracted, and there's a 90-day grace. To make laws as quickly, or rules, regulations, or change rules, laws, and regulations as quickly as they're being changed now, no, they may not stay the length of time, but during that period of time, while they are being enacted, people's lives are being affected. For example, if my mother were alive today, she did receive Meals on Wheels. Meals on Wheels is almost like DoorDash, I guess. Only difference is she didn't have to pay for it. And those programs are going to be shut down or shut down immediately. What are these people going to do for food? Yes, maybe some arrangements can be made, but they can't be made overnight. So it's insane to think that people can do something immediately as take care of their personal needs, which relates to food, in such a short period of time. Um, okay, so early bird, you do well. Maybe you can help me, and I'll connect with you a little bit later and ask you some questions. The only problem that I'm having right now with my OBS, it is running. I've got it uploaded, but it's something about the sound. It isn't coming through on the videos. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. So thank you for letting me know that you do use OBS. Hey, Resilient Queen, thank you so much for joining. Today, right at this moment, I just wanted to let you all know that I'll be doing a series on how YouTube is keeping us informed. This is the people that are like myself, 71 years and older, and people like myself that is 70 and younger, because children are going to be impacted by this program. There are more people that are not wealthy in the US than there are wealthy people. So programs like Head Start, charter schools, children who get free lunches, my parents who were getting Meals on Wheels, if those federal programs are cut, subsidized housing, um, Section 8 properties, low income housing, where are these individuals going to go when these programs are no longer available to them? So this is something that we need to start thinking about yesterday, and making phone calls to whomever, let's just say your politicians, or just having the conversation in your family. Because one of the first things that people look at, eggs is a staple that most everyone has. It's not a luxury to eat an egg. But if the eggs are going up, you know that milk is going up, people are having babies, and these babies are going to need formula, and they're going to need those food stamps, especially when jobs are so difficult to find. Yes, there are jobs. And Resilient Queen says it's so funny how the good is going to suffer for the bad. It's awful. Now, changes, yes, we are due for some changes. But really, when you are separating families, rounding people up as if they are a herd of people, this is insane. To me, it is insane. It's something that is very difficult for me to wrap my head around. But I want to assure you, especially the senior people, that we do not have to settle for just any type of treatment. Yes, it is going to be a challenge. It is going to be a challenge for all of us. But collectively, our voices can be heard. And this is why I believe that my series on how the elderly are being disregarded and discarded is going to be so powerful and impactful. Hey, Lisa, thank you so much for showing up. And Lisa says, my goodness, this is affecting everyone in one way or another. Peace and blessings, my dear, Lisa says. And well, they block it temporarily. Lisa says, greetings to everyone in the chat. You are all welcome. Yes, everybody greet each other, say hello to everyone. And I did drop a video today with shout outs. But what people may not understand is that when you think it doesn't impact you, it is cyclical. It is going to impact you by virtue of your grandbaby, your own children, your jobs. As an African American, those DEI programs, I believe, are very necessary. Women's rights are very necessary because we have a lot of positions available. And with the present situation, as we have elected officials, it appears to me that the place for a woman is at home to do nothing but take care of the family. However, in today's society, in today's generation, it takes two incomes to run a house. So if females are positioned to not be elevated to higher income paying jobs, that one person, be it the male, is not going to be able to earn enough money to take care of the children. My son, fortunately, and my daughter-in-law, fortunately, have me, a grandmother who is not so elderly that I can't really take care of myself, and I can help take care of the children. But that is not the case in many families. In many families, husband, wife, and sometimes the children have to work to support that one household. And they're living in an apartment, not even living in a house. And with someone owning property, they need to have a sustainable income to even warrant having the property to rent. But with unsubsidized rent, many people are not going to be able to find a place to live. So what are they supposed to do? Live in the streets? And with all of this, foods for, I forget what it's called, but it's subsidized for girls or families who do not have a job and they have a baby. For whatever reason, they have the baby. The baby needs to be taken care of. If there's no money, no subsidies, the parents can't take care of the baby, then we're going to see that they're going to be charged with neglecting their babies. How can you neglect the baby when you don't have any means of getting any support? And all of these people can't go to the church and live in the church. All of these people can't go to the YMCA and live in the YMCA. They need some type of support. This is America. So when we talk about making America great again, it is with a demonstration of humanity. And Jared, thank you for coming. Everybody, thank you, Resilient Queen. Everybody gives this video a like, a thumbs up. And Jared says, hey, early. Jared says, hey, Queen. Early Bird say hello. Hello, Lisa. How's everyone? Early Bird greetings. And my P listening in. Okay, and everybody, thank you all. I mean, it means this is just on my heart. And I wanted to come on and say hello and give you all the opportunity to see me again, because I think for about 4 days I have been, the baby is here. If you all didn't know, my grandbaby is here. And her name is Maylee Elaine. Maylee Elaine came in at 7 pounds, 3 ounces, and she's a beautiful baby girl. So I'm really happy to share that. And I've just been helping around here at the house and doing a variety of things. But the news is just becoming too unconscionable to even think about without my doing my part to let people know that everything that is happening, and not just in the United States, this is going to be something that is going to impact people globally. You've heard about the tariffs, and you've heard about, well, I just talked about the eggs being almost $5 for 12. That's insane. This COVID was serious enough when people were buying to get toilet paper, paper towels, and things like that. But allowances were made for people. Allowances were made for them to stay in their homes because they couldn't go to work. If you can't go to work, you can't get an income. But this situation now is, if you don't go to work, oh well, that's on you. Government loans have been stopped for a while, and I think that was effective immediately. So how are students going to pay for college, especially if they live in their home state where they thought that this is where they were going to get their loans and the least expensive monies? You can't get a loan, even if you have good credit. If it's federal funding that you want, the answer is no. But let me focus back on the elderly. The elderly are people who worked all their lives. And many people who have worked all of their lives only live to, say, maybe live 5 or 6 years after they retire, and then they expire. Now, there's talk about eliminating federal income taxes. Who's going to pay for the hospitals? Who's going to pay for the roads to be repaired? Where is that money coming from? Because those people who are really the wealthy rich, they're not concerned about the highways. They're not concerned about the hospitals, they have a doctor on call, perhaps a doctor that even lives in their home. And think about the research, the federally funded research that is going on, suspended. Is that not insane? What about the police? The police are not going to be funded. Now, back in maybe 20 years ago, there was something going on and teachers were not paid. I was one of those teachers that wasn't paid, but I still showed up. And eventually, I did get the money for the time that I had worked. But people need money now. And those of you who rushed out or thinking of filing your income taxes early, don't, well, I'm not filing early. They are already saying that there is going to be a delay in getting refunds because all of the people have been dismissed. Those people no longer work for those federal positions. And people, in my opinion, that are coming in and filling these positions are people who have not even learned how to do the job. So if someone is coming in, yes, they can learn to do the job, but they haven't learned to do the job properly yet. So that right there is a problem. It's going to be a lot of discussion going forward. That's exactly right. It's a lot of discussion going forward. And I would just want you all to be aware that people need to hear your voice. And what can you do? If you have not started your YouTube channel, this is something that you can use that is going to draw people in because you have something to share about the U.S. economy. And the more you can talk about something that people want to know about, it is not necessarily gossipy things. And you don't have to be pro or con. You're just giving the information as it is. And I'm not saying that, I'm not blaming anyone, or am I? I don't know. I'm just making my observation. I'm telling you about my observation. But if teachers are not being paid for an extended period of time, now, of course, I will always work 30 days before I would get paid anyway. So I would not feel the impact of not having an income after 30 days. But after 60 days, that would be a problem for me. One, I don't necessarily have the finances to maintain my car, insurance, gas, going back and forth to pick up the kids or whatever it is that I may have to do. Then that means that my family members are going to have to cater to my needs, which means they have to neglect some of their needs in their family. So it's something that is going to impact everybody. Hey, CEO, thank you so much for coming. Good advice. Let me look into how this will affect me as a veteran so I can create content about it. That would be fantastic for you to do, because I think even with the military, I think it is going to impact, but I don't know how. But I'd be interested in hearing and listening to your viewpoint on that, Lisa. It will affect all of us. I called my in-laws and children yesterday. You're absolutely right. And you need to, there will not be any more wellness checks. You know, if you have not heard from your family member, you are not going to be able to call the health department or the police and ask, can you go check on my mom? And there your mom is laying prostrate on the floor. No one there to check on her. No one knows that she's fallen unless you've got a good neighbor that checks in on your family. So we have to be more involved in people's lives. Share your contact information with people that you trust so that they can know if you're okay. Now, we all know that Nemo 504 does a wellness check. Maybe I think I'll start doing a wellness check too, not just for my internet community, but my personal family as well. Yep, that's a federally funded. Police is federally funded. What else? I mean, it's just so many things, and I'm doing my research, and I'm going to create a series of videos regarding how we as YouTubers can do our part to help others by getting the information out, just keeping them informed, and acknowledging that everyone is not going to make it on YouTube. Let's just be honest. Everyone is not going to be able to become the Doe Dasher or the Dante London or Nemo 504. Many of us do not have the stamina or the interest to do the things that these individuals do. But I can assure you over time, you can become a viable entity on YouTube. Not necessarily one where money is going to be coming in to replace a job. But if you could get $100 a month more than what you didn't have, that is a plus. So continue to tell people about the benefits of being on YouTube, but not so much to the point that they can give up their jobs. I can talk about it this way freely, probably because I'm retired. I know what income I have. I've made a life living at the level of income that I can currently have. So anything that comes into me from YouTube is, my abundance being multiplied. But for those of you who have not made anything, and you may be on a slim line of having a job today, becoming a YouTuber requires practice, patience, and grace for yourself. You may not be able to come on every day. You may not be able to stay on 15 minutes a day. Hopefully, if you go live, you can stay on 15 minutes a day. And I've given you the reasons why I think you should stay on 15 minutes a day. Turn in to the new now. They're talking about it. Tune in. Okay. So yeah, this is the new normal. The new normal. What was the new normal was grandmothers standing at Walmart as greeters. And I thought, oh, it was so heartbreaking to see so many elderly people. I don't see as many elderly people now as I used to being greeters at Walmart, because the younger people want to be employed also. And whether they need to be employed or need the money, I can't really say. But as a teenager, I wanted to have my own money, but I lived at home until I was much older, almost to the point until I was married. I was living at my home, at my parents' home. But younger people want to be out on their own, and for them to be out on their own, they need to have monies to finance that lifestyle. Younger people want cars. And if money is not going to come to them in a manner that they believe is fair, what do you think they're going to do? What do you think? Type in the chat. What do you think these young people are going to do? Just not even think about the older people who have their own guns, their own rifles, their own pistols. What do you think these young people are going to do to maintain a lifestyle that they have come to enjoy? Everybody has one or two cell phones. They have a car, the latest car as well, not just an old beat up car. Yeah, I'm totally in agreement. It's getting out of hand. Snap is, I think as of yesterday or today, Snap is gone. Now I will tell you this. You know how we trick children? Now, if you don't have children, you might not be able to relate to this. We'll say, all right, now, if you do this, I'll give you that. Okay, if you're not going to do it, you're not going to get it. And then we give it to them, but we first took it from them. And this is how I see the SNAP, the EBTs, and the federal funded programs right now, as well as TikTok. It was given to you, or you had it, and then it was taken away from you. So I see what works. I gave it back to them for 90 days. So you got 90 days. You had your warning. TikTok is leaving. You're having your warning that the federal funded programs are leaving. They're coming back. They're coming back. But they're working on taking them away from you completely. And my son explained it to me this way. If you have a building and someone is chipping away at the bottom, and after a while, there's nothing to support this, even though they gave it back. So 4 years is a long time, and it doesn't take that long for something to be chipped away. Look at what's that thing that woodpecker? It doesn't take that woodpecker to just keep tap 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 tap, and pretty soon that woodpecker has a hole. And you know, some of the people that are in this political arena, if they don't know what they're doing or what they've set in place, they're quickly learning, and it's hard to go back because you don't want to be embarrassed that you supported this. Our politicians are put in place based upon what they say that they're going to do for us, and if they don't do it, we've got some recourse. But now for the next 4 years or 3 years and however many days, we're kind of stuck with what we got. And the people in politics, this is just my opinion, they're making decisions without really considering their constituents. So you need to make sure that your voice is being heard. If you're not talking to your politicians, talk to your parents, talk to your neighbor, talk to your pastor, get the conversation going. Get the conversation going. And we know that dynasties, they can't last forever. And the United States is a dynasty, and it cannot last forever, but we want it to last for as long as it can. But, you know, Russia, Hitler, Japan, all these places, Europe, the United States cannot be the superpower forever. But do we need to go tomorrow? Do we need to end tomorrow? Yeah, it's like a landslide. And are you prepared? So, guys, I believe in staying on for 15 minutes, and I've been on for 15 minutes, going on to 30. I don't want to stay on for an hour because I want to work on my next project, which is my series of videos for seniors. Are we being erased? The seniors are a majority now. There are more seniors than anything else that can make rational decisions. So we need to find our voice. I know most of you are not 70 years of age. None of you are 70. But you have a relative. You have a grandma. You have a ma. You have a daddy. You have someone that this is going to affect. If you've enjoyed being with me today, listening to me, seeing me, it's good to see you guys. Leave a comment at the end of this video, and I would appreciate it. And I do believe that when we're talking about the economy, these are viral moments. If you want a viral video, talk about the economy. Talk about YouTube. Talk about how you are impacted by the changes that are being made. And when you talk about the changes that are being made, this is when people like E.F. Hutton, you speak, I'm listening. If the economy is affecting you, it could very well affect me. And I'm not even aware of it, because what we think of most of the time is, oh, they're not talking about me. They're talking about other people. Little did that man know when they came and scooped up his wife and sent her back home to her country, that it was just like, what? This could not be happening. However long she's been, 12 years she's been here. And what about those individuals who have already had their paperwork in process? Everything has stopped. They're not processing any paperwork for anyone to stay. If you're not already approved, you're probably not going to get approved for quite some time. Well, that is about all that I have that I can talk about and know what I'm talking about. And Lisa says, I'm an advocate for senior care in Houston, Texas. This affects all of my clients. Oh, God. And what about those homes? And my mom was in one, rehabilitation centers, because she was on Medicaid. If she were alive today, I could not take care of her. I don't know how to. I would not have known how to take care of her. So, we all are going to have to step up and be alert, people. Be alert, be aware. And if you're looking for content, this is a great topic to talk about. talk about it, and use the word YouTube in your title. If you don't know where to get images from, if you like my images, I'm telling you all where I'm getting the images from. Well, rather than tell you right now, I'm going to make you all do homework. Ask me, where am I getting, if you like my thumbnails. If you don't like my thumbnails, that's something different. If you like the thumbnails that I'm using and you want to know where I get them, and they're absolutely almost free, let me know and I will tell you. But thanks so much, everybody, for showing up for me today. I really appreciate you. And I will, I had a video that dropped about 25 minutes ago. Now I'm coming live. And now I'm going to go and take care of my grandbaby. Love you guys. Thanks for showing up for me today. Bye. Let me sing. CEO, thank you for showing up. Resilient, thank you. Early Bird, thank you. Lisa, it's always good to see you. Mercy, thank you for coming. And I think that's everybody. That I've got in here now. Early Bird, thank you. Resilient Queen, thank you. Lisa, thank you. I'd like to acknowledge everyone. Jared, thank you so much for coming. And you all know that once I close this window, that information goes away. I wish I knew how I could capture it, but I don't know how to do that. And who was it that I was going to contact about my OBS? Let me see, who was it that I was going to contact about OBS? I'm trying to look through the list. Okay, who was it that said that they use OBS? I can't find your name. I can't see who you were. Oh no, right? Hello, resilient. Hello. Lisa says the situation is effective in Africa immediately. Uganda alone, U.S. funding has been suspended. 25,000 nurses dismissed. Oh, wow. I can't find the OBS person. Oh well, I've gone all the way back up to the top and I just don't see it. My eyes are failing me. Everyone, I said it near the beginning. But anyway, I'll figure it out. Thanks, everyone. Love you guys. Have a nice one. Take care. And stream.